Welcome back to Mega Man 11. This is part 2, and we're tackling Acid Man stage. Don't worry, guys. This time we're going to be focusing primarily on the Robot Masters. In fact, we're pretty much just going to be exclusively doing that. Okay, last time things got a little more story heavy. In fact, most of the episode was story stuff, even though I included a little timestamp so you can skip it. But yeah, this time it's all Robot Masters. We're taking on Acid Man, and as the weakness order would follow, we're doing Impact Man in a little bit later. Now, so Acid Man stage is the obligatory water level, right? It literally is a water level. I was gonna say it's a little different. No, it's dead ass the water level. Look, you got the floaty jumping, you got the annoying fucking enemies, that's everywhere, and you got the spikes, which are instant kill, like they always are in Mega Man, because that's fun. I can't say that this level is particularly, it's one of my least favorites. I mean, it's the water level, of course it's one of my least favorites, but the thing is, it's not even so much that I feel that it's without redeeming qualities. I think it has a lot of cool stuff going on. For one, you see that blue water down there? Well, that's actually not water, that's, I guess, some sort of solution, like chemical solution, which then you'll see these little dudes that have, these, like, what would you call them? Like, eyedroppers, whatever. Basically, these spew out fucking acid, duh. See, now it's yellow because they've been shooting it, and let me just show you what happens. You see, it changed to red. It's still not deadly, but it'll be deadly. Let's let them hit that. Oh, it hit the... Okay, well, I'll show you in a bit. But basically... Oh, there you go. And now that will actually hurt you. It's not instant kill. At least not on casual mode. Maybe it's instant kill on, like, the hardest difficulty. But yeah, so your main priority here is to stop those... Fuck, I missed. From falling into the solution, yeah. Because otherwise, you're just going to get fucking burned, aren't you? Again, it doesn't deal too much damage, especially on casual mode. And you also got the Sniper Joes. I'm assuming that's what they're called, because Clement would always refer to them in a different way. And yeah, no, I think that's their official canon name, Sniper Joe. We've already progressed to the second, I think, water section. And wow, look at this. Physics. It's fun. We got all this debris. And the thing is, this level... Fuck. Okay, yeah. You're going to want to do that. That is a genuine tactic. I've always had this understanding, and I know it's a false understanding, but I'm gonna stick with it, damn it, that Mega Man is a game about damage control. I'm gonna stop charging that. I know it annoys some people. It's not a game about necessarily avoiding damage, but minimizing damage, because you're gonna take some hits. That's just how it works. That's why they give you a health bar, because you're gonna get hit. So really, what you're gonna do is it's in your best interest to just not get hit, you know, but as few times as possible, but it's never going to be completely avoidable. And so what you really want to do, actually, instead of prioritizing just not getting hit at all, because that'll probably just lead you into falling into a bottomless pit or something, although we can get Beat the Bird. He's a nice little item that you can buy in the shop, which I might show off later, although not in this episode, because I just want to focus entirely on the stages for this one. Then we can move on. I'll show the shop maybe in part 3. But as I was saying, you really just want to prioritize when you're going to take damage, because you know you're going to take damage at some point. Maybe this is just me sucking at the game, but you kind of learn to work with your own suckage, you know? So for example, in this level, you're going to want to abuse invincibility frames, right? I might do that. I actually, on my last practice run, I did a couple for this stage because it's fucking hard. On my last practice run, I was actually able to get past this one particularly dick-headed section without even abusing the invincibility frames or anything. I just went through it somehow, and I'm not counting on that happening a second time. Oh wait, I was gonna shut up for a bit so I can cut, but would you look at that? Casual mode has significantly more generous checkpointing compared to the normal mode. And that's fine by me. Well, the thing is, technically the normal mode is actually the slightly hard mode. They're doing that thing where it's kind of like the opposite of Mega Man 2, I guess, where they've labeled the normal difficulty as easier than what it actually is, even though it's... Oh no, I guess the normal difficulty would be the one that the game defaults to at the start. It's just because Mega Man has a reputation for being kind of tricky, so naturally they're gonna want the default to be a little harder, because duh, it's Mega Man. They would... You know, the fans would feel alienated if they made it any easier. Was it true that back when Mega Man 10 came out, people got a little pissy about them adding an easier difficulty? I don't know, Clement talked about it in his Let's Play, where like he heard some people complaining about it. I was 9 years old when that shit happened. Wait, hold on. When did that game come out? Was it 2010? Because Mega Man 10, I'm thinking 2010, but it might have actually been, considering that Mega Man 9 was 2008. So I don't remember exactly, but point is, I had no idea. I wasn't browsing the fucking subreddits, you know, r/Mega Man, or if that was even a thing back then. But still, point is, I don't really have a problem with games being, you know, just made as long as it's optional. You know, I don't mind the difficulty being toned down a bit if it's not forced on someone who would like a better challenge. So you're already starting to see the parallels in design between stuff like Blockman Stage. This game actually brings back a focus on the more vertical platforming, kind of like Mega Man 1. Not to say that there's no vertical platforming at all in the other ones. No, there's absolutely vertical platforming in just all of Mega Man. That's part of it. Oh, fuck, that was so close. Anyway, yeah, it's part of it, but it's, I don't know, typically they focus more on the horizontal because that's just more traditional. Now, this is the piece of shit part that I was talking about. You know what I'm gonna fucking do? No, okay. I can make it through this section just using the speed gear. That's gonna be fine. Now, this is the bit where I actually made it through legitimately last time, and you're not gonna believe me, of course, but I don't really care, to be honest. Here's what I'm gonna do this time. Donk, run. Get the fuck out, get the fuck out, yes! I did it! That was not how you're supposed to do it. But when I'm doing the Let's Play, I honestly don't want to have to die any more times than I'm going to die, because I'm gonna die quite a few times, especially on Impact Man's level. That one, you know, you'd think that the electricity-based level would be the more difficult one because electricity, right? For fuck's sake, because it's got the inherent, like, danger to it. But no, Impact Man's level is fucking ridiculous. Either way, we're pretty much, yeah, we're right at the end. This is it. It's funny that it says Dr. Wily, considering that I'm pretty sure canonically these are actually Dr. Light's robots, but because usually they would actually keep that consistent, but this time they doesn't matter. So we're gonna swap over. This got this really handy little weapon wheel feature you can use. We're gonna swap over to the Block Dropper, and we're just gonna see what he has to say.
To my chemical paradise. Time for an experiment. Acid barrier.
So basically, now that we have the weaknesses, bosses are really going to be a little less of an issue. I'm not going to say they're going to be a non-issue, because they can be pretty tough. I mean, like, yeah, all this double gear shit they're doing. Although you can still damage him. He's not invincible right now. If I can time this right, I mean, I'm fucking dying, but, like, there you go.
Experiment failed.
You know, I can't believe I went through this whole level about making some 70s prog rock joke. Huh. Because, you know, acid. And what do we get? We get the bio rifle from Unreal Tournament. Okay, no. But yeah, basically we get, yeah, acid barrier. It's the shield weapon for every Mega Man game has like the shield weapon, but it can also shoot. What's this? It can also. This is the scripted one. I'm not gonna test it myself. We already know what it does. Hi, Guts Man. How you doing? No, okay. But yeah, this is the archetypical Mega Man construction dude, you know, a la Guts Man, because Wily can't get enough of that guy. And yeah, this level, fuck, man, I had to practice this so many fucking times. And I'm still gonna, like, you're gonna see me just completely come undone at the seams on this fucking stage, because it's not even that it's difficult all around. It just has, like, one or two really dick-headed sections. And in fact, that's basically how Mega Man 11 works. Unlike some other games, even in the series, it's not about the entire level being hard, it's just, fuck it, damage control. See, you hit that, there you go, you lose a little bit of health. Now, I'm sure you can't get away with doing shit like that on the higher difficulty, but I'm not playing on a higher difficulty now, am I? So that's my strategy, that's how I enjoy this game. Pickaxe dudes, same as Gutsman, obviously. This is like Gutsman stage, you have the same pickaxe guys, and I'm pretty sure you couldn't shoot down their pickaxes in the original, but here you can. We also got these traffic cone dudes who shoot these homing projectiles, which they lock onto you. I'm so glad this game, at least from what I've played, doesn't seem to include any respawning enemies, you know, off the screen. It's just, I'm so glad we're past that design trope. It's really not necessary. Like, you beat the enemy once, you've proven yourself, whatever. You don't have to do it again. Now, I haven't really talked about the soundtrack. I was genuinely concerned that it was going to be a problem during the playthrough. I was just going to keep singing over it or something, but honestly, I have it turned down quite low in the mix right now, so I'm not actually going to be singing over it. Plus, I don't have any lyrics in mind for this, because, like, with a Blockman's theme, I in my head, I always have Infinite's theme playing for some reason because the melody, the melodic cadence. I think I mentioned this in my Forsaken playthrough, or I'm gonna mention it depending on how I'm uploading these. But point is, you know, it has a very similar after all this time, whatever. Point is here, this game's soundtrack is, well, here's the thing. Yeah, it's not 8-bit, and it doesn't really go. I think it's a natural evolution because every Mega Man game that wasn't of the 8-bit kind of just did whatever made most sense for that time period. So, for example, Mega Man 7 just went all 16-bit and awesome guitar parts and stuff. I mean, fake guitars, but still. And then Mega Man 8, I mean, it was the late 90s at that. It was like, well, it was 1996, so it was the mid-90s, and it just has all this this jazzy, acid, sort of really weird and poppy sound. Which I really, really enjoy. It's not as hard rocking as it usually would be, because a lot of Mega Man music is basically just hard rock, but with, you know, square waves instead. And that's great, it's awesome, but I really enjoy the sound that Mega Man 8 had. It was just this really clean electronic thing going on. And this is also electronic, clearly, but it's definitely, it's got a more modern flair with the more samey sounding synths, the drums, all the freaking noise that gets EQ'd, and like it makes it sound like whoosh. You know, all these sounds that you would have in electronic music, right? And I should know because for the 18 of you so far, that might have changed, but yeah, for the 20 or so of you who have actually listened to my EP, yeah, you'll know that I'm familiar with that kind of stuff, and it's really cool hearing those kind of sounds and be like, hey, I know how to make one of those. Yeah, it's really not that hard. And yeah, I really do enjoy the soundtrack. I've heard a lot of mixed opinions on it, but I don't know, I think the compositions are really, really strong. Well, I'll get back to that later. This boss is actually not very challenging. You know what you want to do? Well, for one, you simply jump over the thing. But what you really want to be doing is you pause the game, and you select Block Dropper. Oh, fuck, I forgot that this button is the confirm button. There you go. You want to stand a little bit closer to him, but basically this completely mitigates his resistance to your bullet. Yeah, because you got to time it just right. You have to jump and make sure that you don't your shock doesn't get blocked. Well, that's not a problem anymore because you can just use the Block Dropper. Very practical weapons, once again, much like Mega Man 9. I'm glad they're not just entirely situational. This bit is complete dick, and Yep. Okay, anyway, let's get back to the music discussion. So, I think the compositions are really, really strong. They're super catchy. They do have a variety of texture, for sure. I mean, like, this one has, like, this pickaxe sound in the background, and the synths aren't all identical. You can really pick out some slightly different timbres depending on the song. Don't you fucking dare, you mental. Maybe I should have went into the shop and bought that. Was there a knockback nullifier thing? I know Mega Man 9 had it, didn't it? Mega Man 8 had that, definitely. But I don't remember if this game does that. This game has a lot of different power-ups you can get to, you know, like half damage and stuff like that. Okay, yeah. So guys, newsflash. Special weapons that give you shields are ridiculously useful for sections like this. Like, it's not even funny. I can just do this. Fuck it. It's cheesing, but it's intended. It's in the game, so screw it. Okay, let's switch back to regular Mega Man now. Ow. Of course, although, before that, make sure to stock back up on weapon ammo because I'm going to need it for the boss. Otherwise, I will not win. Just being honest, I'm not going to make it if I don't have full weapon ammo for the weakness of whatever the fuck this guy's weak. What was it? Acid bio rifle, basically. That's this guy's weakness. Bio rifle from Unreal Tournament. This is a crossover game with Epic Games because they, you know, in 2018, for that one brief year before Frat Knife got really popular, they remembered the existence of the Unreal franchise and decided to collab with Capcom. That's what happened. You know, that would actually be fucking sick. Like, oh my god, Mega Man crossed with Quake. Mega Man X Quake. What would that be like? I don't know, but like you kill a Shambler and you can shoot lightning. Well, I mean, technically that's already a thing you can do in Quake, but like, whatever. Also, you know what I forgot to mention? That I don't know how I haven't mentioned, but I think it's because it's not really that obvious. So you see these like drills that are like shooting at me? Yeah, well, actually, that's part of the boss. Like, he's made up of these... Fuck this. He's made up of these parts, and he actually attacks you during the... This isn't the first time that, you know, Mega Man game has had like a little bit of Robot Master foreshadowing, where it's like, well, you can see him a couple rooms before the end of the level. Wow, that's so cool. No, I think actually Mega Man X did that with, what was it? One of the Manta Ray guys, like the X4 did that specifically. Yeah. well, this game is doing it too, and in a much more substantial way because he's actually, like, doing something. Yeah, I have just given up. This is the kind of game that just makes you its bitch more than Daikatana ever could. And that John Romero didn't actually come up with that. That was a marketing thing, and he just reluctantly agreed. Whatever. But yeah, this game just crushes you and just makes you want to give up. And I love it, honestly. I'm fucking abysmal at this game. No matter how much I practice, I will never be good at it. I don't know why. It's just fate. But either way, we're gonna tackle the dude now. I forgot his name. Impact Man, of course. Because the impact of his attacks will make me want to commit suicide. So, here's what you want to do. He instantly dashes. He's like a Mega Man X player. Oh, what the fuck? Okay, no, I guess he doesn't instantly dash. He dashes if you use your weapon, I guess. But, because I swear to God, every time I fought him up until now, he would always start with a dash. You know? And nothing else. But I guess this time it was like, nope, I'm just going to do it this way. And, okay, yeah, I have no clue what's going on. I'm completely, what's the word? Disorientated? That's the one. Commentating while trying to take down... You know what? Actually, it's not that hard. Now, don't even waste your ammo right now. He is invincible in this state. Just wait until you get crushed, because you can't avoid that. Of course, you can avoid it. I just don't know how, because I suck. Wait a second. Do I have any... I don't have any E-tanks. Well, pray that this works. No. Okay, one more shot. One more shot and he's... There you go.
Too spiky!
Did he just fucking say, ooh, spiky? That's what we were up against. Okay, I'm going to talk about the voice acting later. But let's see what we get this time. Well, it's something that he can do. Therefore, you know what it is? It's Mega Man X. I mean, Pile Driver. Basically, look, yeah, it's a dash. And even the powered up one, it's just a bigger dash. So I guess now we can play as Mega Man X. That's pretty sick. I'll see you guys in part 3 of Mega Man 11 X ZX Advent. Yeah.